Dear founders of PlayNation, PlayNation started out at Prinsep Street in 2009 as a console and board games cafe while serving food and beverages. It prides itself on innovation, merging traditional card and board games with modern digital console games under one roof. PlayNation appeals to casual and social gamers among the youth and young adults and is also a place to hold corporate events and team-building activities. It aims to be a gaming place with a focus on the hangout experience for friends and families to spend quality time together. Yet, challenging times have befallen PlayNation. There are many paths to choose from in terms of how to expand and progress forward, and at the same time picking back up the falling revenue. This is where we, consultants from Singapore's leading venture capital firm Apex Capital, come in. We are here today to provide you with a proposal for PlayNation to go forward with us. But before we look into the issues that PlayNation is facing, let's have a look at the key stakeholders who are the most relevant to your success. They are yourselves as founders, your employees the PNers, your customers, the people who are sources of capital such as banks and us as venture capitalists, and also possibly government agencies such as the Social Development Network, whose mission lies in improving the marital rates in Singapore. Bearing these crucial stakeholders in mind, let's look at the issues that PlayNation has been facing. PlayNation's revenue has been declining due to a combination of factors. On the demand side, the poor economic conditions resulting from the recent global financial crisis has led to a decreased events pipeline among corporate customers. On top of that, customers' tastes and preferences have been changing as they demand faster updates of game content while coming in as smaller groups with a higher budget per guest. On the supply side, the software segments of the video games industry has been largely stagnant in the recent 2 years. This is in contrast to the time when Wii and Kinect were first released with more rapid content update from game developers. Yet in the field of technology, we are looking at the development of new innovations like the Wii U and Microsoft Surface. These changes bring about a new era of uncertainty for which PlayNation has to plan its steps wisely. On a more operational level, manpower at PlayNation poses its challenges. PlayNation must find a way to recruit and retain good employees because your business is all about the service. Yet, Singaporeans traditionally think that others will look down on them and attach a stigma because they feel like they are no different from waiters and waitresses. Despite PlayNation paying above market rate to attract talents, recruitment remains an issue. The turnover rate remains high, with most employees resigning within 1 to 2 years.
By looking more deeply into the prevailing issues, the root cause of PlayNation's instability in the face of these internal and external changes lies with PlayNation's overall strategy. To be more specific, PlayNation currently does not have a unique value proposition that differentiates itself from its competitors such as Mind Cafe and Settlers Cafe. The way to go forward is for PlayNation to redefine its value proposition to be that of socializing through games, as it extends its currently closed group to that of open social gaming. Equipped with this redefined value proposition and adjusted product offerings, PlayNation would be in a better position to weather the storm in the uncertain environment. To tackle the major issues that PlayNation has been facing, we have prepared 3 recommendations for you.
As the current games cafe landscape in Singapore is filled with similar players that also allow people to spend quality time together, PlayNation needs to differentiate itself from the rest by extending its services to a space where customers can expand their social circle with like-minded people through games. This will be in line with your values as it not only allows friends and families to bond, it also enables them to forge new friendships with other people. This redefined value proposition requires an adjustment of targeted segment. Our current customers are of the 3 different groups: the teenagers, tertiary students, and young working adults with the following characteristics. In line with our social gaming value proposition, we recommend PlayNation to target the more mature groups of tertiary students and young working adults, as they have a larger segment size and spending power, while being more open to social interactions with strangers. Keeping in mind the redefined value proposition and adjusted customer segments, we move on to the marketing plans for the proposed new concept. Of the marketing plan are outlined as follows. We would just like to highlight the product offering portion, as that is what will make PlayNation stand out from the crowd as an open social space. The brunch will follow an open bar concept. Instead of just hanging out among just their own group, customers get to meet like-mindeds, play games with them, and be eased into social interaction. This is encapsulated in the new tagline, Gaming Without Borders. Our product offering will also include healthy, complete meals. Warm lighting will also serve to create a friendly, community-like ambience for people to interact with one another. To materialize this new concept of open social space, we propose the following implementation plan. To materialize this new concept of open social space, we propose the following implementation plan. As Business at the Scape branch is sparse, it will be renovated first to suit the theme of open social space. We also recommend PlayNation to partner with established F&B industry players like Harry's Bar in a venture to start a social gaming bar. The partnership is strategic and mutually beneficial, as PlayNation will be able to contribute their expertise in video and board games as a fresh new concept, while Harry's Bar has key resources such as alcohol licenses and culinary manpower. One viable option would be to renovate Harry's Chimes branch, since its prime location offers easy access to our target customers. As this is a new concept relatively unheard of in Singapore, we propose to gather funds from the following three sources. Considering PlayNation currently has zero leverage, it is in a good position to use debt as a source of funding. Next, funds will be gathered from the general public. While this may not generate a large amount of funds, it serves a dual purpose of generating publicity for our new concept, especially among gamers. Finally, this is where we come in as a supporter of this brand new concept. We are always excited to be a part of something innovative that has a huge growth potential, and that's what we see here in PlayNation, the next big thing in the F&B industry. More information on this project's financials will be covered later.
As one major issue is the lack of sustainable workforce, we recommend PlayNation to develop and communicate a clear career progression such that working in PlayNation is not only about teaching games and serving drinks, it is also a viable career path in its own. Multiple tracks for staff of different departments as modeled on the human resource management system of McDonald's and Haidilao are recommended here. For example, a staff called Monkey who has a passion in gaming joined PlayNation as a newbie piano. He will not only be performing his regular duties in teaching games and serving food and drinks, but also be mentored by one of the team leaders in customer relations and teaching techniques. After 6 months of consistently good performance, he will be promoted to become a team leader, who will manage and mentor 3 pianos while himself being mentored by one of the assistant store managers. He will be coached on event hosting skills and game development skills, and subsequently be promoted to assistant store manager. As Monkey thrives on the opportunities given to him over the 2 years, he formally moves up into the top management team as a deputy store manager. This clearly charted career path and empowerment through mentorship keeps employees constantly engaged. No matter how long they have been with PlayNation, there is always something for them to learn and grow alongside with PlayNation. It not only satisfies employees' basic needs in terms of salaries for a living, but also fulfills their emotional needs through mentorship, esteem needs through higher level managerial roles, and ultimately self-actualization needs to become a bigger self. As the new employee career progression track aligns with the values of pioneers and direct them to reach their goal of leading a successful career and a comfortable life, this is likely to motivate them to put in more of their time and effort in their work and stay committed with PlayNation, thus achieving a sustainable talent pool for the long-term viability of PlayNation.
To further differentiate PlayNation from its competitors and to achieve sustainable growth in the area of communities and the environment, we recommend PlayNation to play its part as a responsible corporate citizen. On the people aspect of the triple bottom line, we would like to highlight one initiative. We recommend PlayNation to collaborate with dating agencies that organize events such as speed dating meals, sports, and bowling sessions that allow singles to get to know one another in a fun way. As PlayNation has the resources of a conducive environment and an assortment of interesting games, we could appeal to agencies as we provide a venue for their facilitation of dating activities. This effective mode of getting to know one another aligns dating agencies' values and goals with our proposal. Thus, it is highly likely for them to accept our plans. Other than the community, we also recommend PlayNation to be an industry leader to be the greenest games cafe in Singapore. To kickstart PlayNation's green efforts, we recommend you to take a bold move to revamp the existing furniture. One alternative is an innovative paper furniture. This move will literally shout out to your customers the possibilities of green designs and be more open to other unconventional options in their purchase. Furthermore, PlayNation can further customize this furniture by recycling old cardboard games. This will make our place more funky and educational at the same time. We also recommend PlayNation to adopt different initiatives such as Exchange Corner and the Green Movement campaign. More details are shown here. Now let us take a look at the financial aspect of our recommendations. The total investment required is 500k contributed by PlayNation, Harris Bar, and Apex Capital is shown here respectively, with another 10k from crowdfunding. You can expect a return of 15% for the total invested capital. So for the total investment, we recommend allocating 475k on the opening of the new bar, while the remainder will be spent on renovating the existing PlayNation into the open social space as mentioned earlier. In our projection of sales target, PlayNation is expected to attract a patronage of 200 people each day, increasing at 15% for the first 3 years and then stabilize to 5% for the next 2 years. This will translate to a sales revenue of 300k for the first year, and with a contribution margin of 11 and 50 cents, the project will be expected to break even in the second year. And to reward each partner in this venture, the net profit will be distributed according to the percentage invested. Finally, we expect the project to produce a positive net present value of 320k in 5 years, yielding a return of 15% for our invested capital. We believe that this will be a great boost to your existing business. Shown on the screen now are the risks and mitigations that we have identified for our potential partners.
Dear founders of PlayNation, we believe that with a redefined value proposition, revamped HRM system, and restructured CSR initiatives, PlayNation will be able to weather the storms of uncertainties in both the internal and external environment. With the new open social space concept in place, PlayNation will be well positioned to achieve sustainable growth in terms of people, profit, and planet. We look forward to growing with you to the next level. So, let's start the era of gaming without borders together.